when you put pictures, when you put an engaging title, when the first line is engaging, you get people's attention. And so a lot of your job posting has to be more marketing than it is the old-fashioned, here's a job ad. So let's talk about why your insurance job posting just isn't getting the right candidates. We hear this so much. I'm getting junk for candidates. This person doesn't have this. This person isn't qualified. And I always just look at it and say, can I see your job posting? And it's literally like the way my mom would write a dating ad because she doesn't actually want to date anybody. So it's like, must have this, must have this, must be this, must have my management system, my this, my that. And I'm like, oh, wow. So we're making it all about you. But when in reality, we need to make it about what's in it for the candidate. The best candidates are not out there looking. So when you're writing a job ad, you want to think about writing like a dating ad or like you're prospecting. How are you going to find the best prospects? You aren't going to find it by listing your qualifications that they must have to even have an interview. You're going to have it instead by saying, why would a top person that has an established book of business, that has relationships with their clients, that's probably pretty well taken care of by their current agency because guess what? They're a top candidate. Why would they jump ship to work for you? And you want to talk about your culture. You want to talk about the bennies, right? The benefits. You want to talk about what they'll be doing. You want to talk about anything unique. Well, maybe they don't have to do claims. Maybe there's processing support. Maybe there's producers that don't have to write new business. You want to be as specific and detailed and then talk about like painting the rosiest picture of if you leave your comfort zone and come over here, here's what we're going to be looking at. And again, I think that it's way too often that we miss the mark on this because maybe we're thinking instead that, like we just have to like list the job duties. And I think that's another good point. If you're not getting good candidates, you want to think about hiring like you think about a sales cycle. The first step is awareness, and then they're interested, so they learn more. And so when you put pictures, when you put an engaging title, when the first line is engaging, you get people's attention. And so a lot of your job posting has to be more marketing than it is the old-fashioned, here's a job ad. I also want to be clear that part of your recruiting strategy can't just be putting the ad out. You might want to engage with people on LinkedIn, on social media. You can also, in many of the job posting sites today, reach out specifically to candidates, say, hey, I looked at your resume. You're a great fit for this position. Love to talk to you, and have it very, very well thought out from there. But, the top things you can't do. You can't just post a job description. You can't make it all about all the qualifications they must have to even hit the submit button. You have to realize that candidates today, it's like online dating. They're just submitting and submitting because I can just hit the button and get 20 resumes out in 5 minutes. That is the game today. You don't have to like it. You have to embrace it and figure out how to work around it. And lastly, this is the big one, guys. If you are not paying to boost your posts of jobs will never be seen. Never. I mean, never, okay? And I need you all to hear this. You must spend money. Hiring and recruiting is a business. It is not a charity. So you need to spend money to get the best candidates at your doorstep.